Hey everyone, the Daunt here. Before we jump in, just want to say thank you again for all the support in the last video and on, at this point, all of my videos. I do appreciate it. Every comment, like, view, every subscriber definitely means a lot. I'm having a ton of fun doing these. I think they're getting better with each successive recording, so I'll keep working on trying to make these as best as I can and try to get them out as frequently as possible as well to keep you guys entertained. But here we go with another video. This one going up against Greg. You know how every great hero has a rival they just quite can't beat yet? Well, Greg is me. He keeps queuing, keeps trying, keeps hoping, and I just keep making his life just a little bit difficult. In today's saga, we will see if he can finally best me. So we are playing on what is arguably Greg's most played map. I don't know at this point. Must be. I feel like I play him often here. We're playing on Hikala, one of the Finnish DLC maps. I'm playing as the Germans, going as the all-around Doctrine. Greg is playing the Soviets. I believe he's Soviet support. Um, Decent map, I would say overall. I've played it quite often as well, so I feel like, especially when I'm on the Axis side, my strategy is fairly uniform at this point. Um, Probably don't play Finns on this map that often, mainly Germans. I feel like the rifle grenades are just so beneficial, especially in the middle. There's just so many divots because of the snowbanks where you can just kind of hide rifle grenadiers and SMG guys and just kind of lob grenades in without really having to worry about losing them. But Greg beats us to the middle. We do funnel in pretty much at the same time though, spreading out the guys as much as possible, and I am rushing in two squads, which I think is definitely a pretty good tactic with all around. Just waiting the extra couple seconds to get both grenadier squads out and about, because I've already got two rifle grenadiers in the middle, two MG42s, a couple guys out to my point, a couple guys going to go spread out to his side as well. And we are meeting, looks like one of his guys on the far right as well. But we've pretty much wiped, I think, most of his guys in the middle, or at least put the pressure on him enough to where we've got a pretty decent manpower advantage, I'd say. We're going to keep pushing up as well. I want to get into his side, try to lob some grenades, and try to get my guys in these buildings if I can, just to make it a little bit harder for him to weed me out. I'm going to use this Panzerfaust to take down this building, open it up, and we'll have a little grenade micro battle. But we pretty much got a pretty decent line across the map at this point. Shouldn't have any surprises, although I know he does have those guys kind of spread out on the right. It looks like he's moving one up. Probably going to go try to wipe my guy. I do catch it, but a little bit too late. So we'll just call out another guy. I just want to put the pressure there. I don't want to let him push me. But I just want to keep the manpower up at the very least. And we've pretty much got mid under lock. Although he does have some smokes out, so he's probably hiding some guys in between the buildings, in between the wood piles on his side as well. Yeah, guys coming out of the smoke now. He pulls up a Dishka truck. Not the worst calling, but we could have used probably more infantry. More infantry would have probably pushed me out of the middle, just because I haven't called in anything in a little bit now. But we're going to bring an MG detachment over on the right. And we're just going to dig in as well, because he does have a couple guys, and he keeps taking out my guys as I bring them up. But we'll keep just contesting the middle, see how far we can get up. Play it to our advantage at this point. And we'll bring in a half track, which I think should be able to deal with the Dishka if we can get in range. Better armor. Faster fire rate, more bullets as well in the magazine too. So We just have to get in range. And with the MP he's spent, I doubt he's got like an AT detachment or a PTRD, PTRS in the middle. So I'm not that worried about it. So we're gonna go and just quickly challenge it. A little out of range, but not doing much. Now he should be in range, but he does pull it behind the hill. So we'll back off. And he backs off as well. I don't know if he got a little nervous about the half track, but it looks like he does prone and bring him back in. But my main objective with the half track wasn't really to push further, it was just to get the Dishka out of the way. Keep him off me. But we're going to call up a Fusilier squad over onto the left, and at this point I'm thinking about making my push onto his side, put some pressure. I always think the best defense is a good offense, so more pressure you can provide on your opponent's point, usually the better. And we'll call in the Puma with tier 1. Puma should be able to deal with the Dishka if I can't deal with it with the half track. Should also be able to deal with anything that he brings in, which at this point I don't know. I don't think I realize what he's got in terms of doctrine choice. The infantry's kind of uniform at this point. Haven't seen a vehicle other than the Dishka, but it was a pretty early doctrine buy for me comparatively. So we're going to bring the half track over to start supporting our push. We're going to smoke up as well. Try to get our guys as close as possible. And it looks like he's bringing the Dishka over onto the right. So we're going to try to swing the Puma around. So we're going to try to get as close as possible utilizing the smoke. And at the same time, he's making his push as well onto our point. So with his push coming, we'll have to kind of deal with that because I was not prepared. But thankfully it looks like on his side as well, he is not prepared either. So even if we lose our point, we should be able to flip his, which we already are. So we'll get the boys in, we'll bring up the half track as much as possible. Looks like he is bringing his light tank over, which I'm guessing is the T-50, although I haven't really marked it yet. Yeah, T-50. So at this point, I know he is support. I'm going to see if I could maybe steal a shot with the Puma. Nah, too far away. So instead, we'll go try to deal with the Dishka truck. And it sounds like he's taking some pot shots at our half track, backing it up. We'll probably get line of sight on it though. And we are bringing over pretty much 2 squads, one from the middle and a new call-in to try to deal with this incursion on our point, along with the Puma. Dishka is still up, so we do have to worry about that slightly. Can probably easily pen the Puma, which looks like he is trying to take some shots at us. But we'll just change targets, deal with him real quick. Go right through windshield? No idea. But next shot does decrew it completely. And we have fully capped his point as well, so we're working on a 2 cap. And looks like we are going to quickly cap our point back as well, now that we do have numbers. Pretty much cleared him off, it looks like. Oh, looks like he's got some guys in the smoke. Should be pretty easy to deal with. So we'll re-enter our foxholes, continue pushing forward, recap our point, and we'll be working on a little 3 cap, which will be pretty nice. He does have his T-50 over by his point, so I'm sure we'll lose it eventually. We only have 3 guys there now, it looks like, but the main thing was this extra pressure should hopefully give us a little bit of a lead advantage. It looks like we can even crew the Dishka too, so we're going to try to do that. Maybe we can get it out of there. Get a free Dishka truck. And try to micro these guys a little bit, just to maybe prolong the cap even. But it doesn't look like we will, so we'll get another squad over there just to now kind of hold the line. since we pretty much thinned ourselves out as well. But we do crew the Dishka. We're going to try to drive it out. It's pretty beat up. Maybe we can get it out of there. Will we? No, looks like he's got a manned SG-43 stand in the back that takes it out. So at the very least, he did destroy his own Dishka truck, so that's fine. Kind of just laid into it. Still laying into it. But we're doing pretty well. We've got decent coverage on the right now, so I'm not really worried about my point. We can kind of focus back on the middle. We're repairing the half track, which the T-50 did do some decent damage to, so once that thing's up and running, we'll continue pulling it back, which looks like we might be able to now. We're going to spread out these Jaegers. Try to keep a line, and we'll move back the half track now either way, while the T-50's back there. I don't mind losing it, but if we can keep it up and alive and running, we'll do it. We did call in an officer. We're going to try to sneak him into the point early. I don't want Greg to have any chance of recapping. And this is something that Meow7 did in our tournament game. For the most recent tournament that I participated in. And I just didn't shoot the one spot that the officer realistically was, which was in this building right in that exact corner. So learn from the best. I'm gonna replicate it. We put the officer there, and hopefully we'll keep him alive as much as possible. Maybe Greg will take him out. We'll see. But now with the officer and the added infantry and the new squad I'm also calling up, there should be no way that Greg has cap value unless he gets his own officers in at this point. Looks like the T-50's trying to hit the half track, long distance. He does hit it. So he's at least shocked the crew. We'll try to back him up. Maybe we can get out of there. He does have the SG-43 stand in a decent spot where I've got to kind of move the Puma to actually get line of sight on him. It's behind the log cabin type building right now. But we do have still manpower advantage either way. And we're just going to continue funneling in infantry. There's no reason to really buy anything else. Until Greg can kind of push me out of the middle, infantry-wise, I'm really not that concerned. And I think he's kind of struggling to get past my guys that have just kind of got spread around in the divots and behind terrain. And then the MGs in the back, along with the rifle grenadiers, are just kind of laying into them. Although a lot of them are running out of ammo. So we are going to have to deal with that. We'll need to get an ammo crate up there as soon as possible. But we do kind of need the CP to be able to do that. So it's not the best right now that we've got a couple kind of crucial units in the middle not firing, but we'll lob some grenades, kind of waste some of our guys here, and then see if we can just get that crate up as soon as possible. Do a little micro, just to try to get these guys in the back behind this building. And we're going to try to get our guy in the building. Maybe we can sneak him in. But we do have enough for the ammo crate now, so we will bring that up. And push the half track back up. I want to try to get this guy that's right outside here. Oh, so close. Try with this guy. Nope. Miss again. He did move the... Actually, no. It's a Dishka stand now. So he's got the SG-43 stand that's decrewed by the Puma. He's got the Dishka stand now 2 emplacements, which I don't normally go for. T50 moves over, does finish off the half track. We're going to bring up the Puma, maybe come close. Nah. He backs off. We're going to get this guy out of the half track and see if we can maybe get the MG, the belt fed one, out of here, which we are able to still, even though it is on fire, which is fantastic. Always try whenever the half tracks are destroyed, or just decrewed like this, where they're on their way out. I always try to grab the MGs if I can. The belt fed one is phenomenal, especially with its rate of fire. So if you can try to save that one from there at any point, definitely beneficial for sure. And I'm fine losing the half track at this point. It's, you know, I was just going to really use it as an emplacement as of now, so it just opens up the CP value. But he does have another small push on the right side coming. We're going to call up another squad, a Gevergzierger squad especially, so beefy, high accuracy squad coming up from us. And his push kind of fizzles out, but we do move over the Puma just in case and try to take a shot with AP, but we're a little late. Here the T50. I was expecting the twin T-34s at this point, but they don't come out immediately, so I'm still holding on my DP buy. If I had heard them, I would have gone for some anti-tank immediately, for sure. But at this point, I don't really have to. Again, until he really kind of pushes me out of mid, which he's just starting to now. You know, I'm not really worried. But we do sneak up a guy to actually take out the, or at least decrew the Dishka stand for the time being. We're going to move up these Gevergzierger as well and just kind of retake cap, wait. But at this point, he's got to have an officer in point, just with how quickly he's capping it. So we do get the RD signaler to come up, which I find is pretty beneficial on this map. It's pretty useful, especially just to clear out all these buildings. Sooner we get these buildings out, the better. He does have a lot of assault sappers in the middle as well, which is definitely difficult to deal with. His T-50's moved up, provide a little support. I'm going to try to maybe see if we can sneak a shot. Getting a little risky, but I don't know if he hasn't noticed the Puma creeping up, or if he's microing elsewhere, but we do get, hopefully, a shot. Yeah, looks like it was stuck a little bit. We do get a shot. We do track it. Next shot finishes it. So T-50's down, and then I do hear the twins coming in the back now. So they're on their way, 17 minutes in. Very commanding lead, 884 to 165. I don't think we've gone really down in terms of cap advantage at any point. So we're doing decently well. And we're going to call in the first RD signaler shot over on the left side, considering I feel like he's got his concentration over there more so, and I haven't seen the officer on the right pop up. One of the T-34s does pop into view though. We'll pull back the Puma. At this point, we really don't have anything to deal with it. So, I mean, if he had the cap value in middle, he could definitely play me for time. We do get lucky. The RD signaler does get the Commissar, so he wasn't able to get it out in time. But it was in that back left corner, so we did make a good call. Good shot on that one. But I've called up a bunch of AT detachments just to be safe. Maybe I can try something if I need to. But even just having a couple in the back is okay. And we do have our second officer to kind of spot around. Because I only see one T-34 at this point. It's got a little bike coming on the left. I'm not sure what the ploy for this was. Drives right past the rifleman though. Maybe we can get a lucky bazooka shot. We're gonna try. We miss. I'm gonna bring over the Puma, but he skirts that way. Runs right into the belt. Well, actually, it wasn't even him. It was an MP40 guy in the middle that got him. But yeah, I'm not sure what the call was with the bike. Panzer Shark's still shooting for some reason. This T-34 is moving up slightly. We're gonna call it another squad. Shells the building with the officer, but not the side that he's in. So that's good. RD6 almost reloaded, but it looks like this is probably going to be game. 985. No cap weight. Yeah, this should be it. Will we get another shot off? Nope. Barely. But appreciate you guys hanging in and watching.